Hello scrappers, this is Candace with KNC Lodge with my very first tutorial. If you're like me, you might have a ton of ribbon. I don't have a real lot, but I have many colors and I have a lot that I would think that I would have enough and find the right color for each project in each card, but I tend to not find the right ribbon. So I made these today, these different colors, and I used distress ink. And let me show you the different techniques I used and the different results that I got. So first technique is basically taking your arranger distress ink, which these are the things that basically I inked all of these with, and they dried pretty quickly as well. So I use the distress, and one of the things I do is I just have white ribbon and I dab this on the mat a few times, and then I take my mini mister and I basically spray that on about 4 to 8 times on there, and then just rubbed it in. Now, depending on how much ink you use and how much water you put into it, you might get a different tone. These two are both bundled sage, but one I used about 4 dabs of ink and 8 sprays of water, so it came out lighter. And then this one I used about 5 dabs of ink and 4 or 5 sprays of water, so it was darker and richer. So that is one technique. The next technique that I used on most of these, was taking my distress ink and opening it up, and I used my bone folder just because my hands were getting covered with ink, and then I hold this down with the folder and I press it in really tightly, and then I just pull that up slowly and evenly, and you want to go as evenly as you can, and then turn it over and do the other side, same thing. This is what I ended up when I did that. You can see it's kind of streaky. So I thought, well, this is kind of streaky, but I know how these wonderful distress colors work. So after doing most of these, for example, this one in mustard seed, I took it and I held it up and I just sprayed it with my mini mister. And when I sprayed it with my mini mister and then hung it up to dry, it came out even like that. Even all the streaks were gone because it just pulled everything through. This one here was, this is peeled paint. This one was so blotchy when I hung it up to dry. It almost looked like tie-dye, and yet look at how it dried. So if you spray it with your mini mister, it should come out. Now the great thing about doing these now is that I can have a color all ready to go, and then I don't have to wait for it to dry because I've got one already, and then when I use it I'll just make one of that color and replace it. And the other great thing is now I only have to buy white ribbon, and I can buy all different kinds of white ribbon and do that with it. And then buy the mega rolls, and so that's going to save me. And one of the things I do with my ribbon rolls as well is I use a rubber band this way around it. I don't want to put it around because it might squish it and mark it, but that tends to keep it from coming out and getting all over the place. So really, once I use up all this other ribbon that I have, I think I'm going to stick with white only and color it myself. Anyways, hope you're having a great day, scrappers. Thanks for watching.